Hi all, welcome back to Epic Phill Reviews, where right now we're doing hotels in Orlando, Florida. Hopefully in the next year we can all get abroad again, and this may help a few people who are trying to choose a hotel. Now, I've done 3 on International Drive, 1 at Universal Studios, so it's only fair now that I move over to Walt Disney World. Now, the hotel I have chosen is a personal request from Craig Willicks. So I've chosen Disney's Pop Central Resort. That is one of the lower end price ones. I haven't stayed there, but I did stay in Art Animation, what's right next to it, so I have had a look around it and I've used its food court. So what we do on here, at first we watch a video on the hotel, give you a sort of an idea what the hotel looks like and the rooms and all things like that. Then we move on to TripAdvisor, where I do 6 reviews, 2 awesome, 2 average and 2 bad. Now, as you know, this is COVID time, so if the hotel's not been open, these reviews will be before COVID. If the hotel's been open, well, you'll get COVID reviews and it'll give you an idea what people think and how well the hotels are doing with their COVID guidelines. Then we move on to Google Maps. We try and give you a overview from over the top of the hotel. Being a Disney hotel, there won't be much around it. I can just show you what other hotels are nearby. Eventually we get on to my part, Phil's 5 stars and his review, where I review what I think of the hotel, give you my honest opinion. Then the 5 stars works like this: price, range of amenities in there, what's around the hotel, and how good the hotel pretty much is. I have sometimes been a bit friendly with my reviews, being new to this, and from now on hopefully I'm going to be a bit more fair. As I say, this is one of the lower end Disney hotels, so let's get into this. And first things first, let's get into the video of the Pop Central Resort. Right, before we get into this video, I've done a cut down version of a 12-minute video from Walkthrough Disney Pop Central 2021. So please go over to them and give them a thumbs up and subscribe to them. Also, I'll leave it in the description below so you can go to the full video. I've made a 4-minute video where obviously we'll just do parts of their hotel tour and a few photos and of the hotel rooms and the cafe area and shop. Not many of them. So anyway, let's get into the video, as I say, and the little bit of magic I have to do, and start watching. Quite nice reception area, a lot like Art of Animations. As we say, Art of Animations and this hotel actually were meant to be apart together, so just an interesting fact for you there. As you can see, a lot of decor around, quite empty. I'm guessing this was recorded for COVID. There's one of the main pools. There's nothing really fancy about the balls, a few spray things. It's the theming of the outside of the rooms that was more cool. I believe it's like the 60s, 70s and 90s. Cool fact, Art of Animation was meant to be the 2000s and onwards. Never got done, so it then became Art of Animation Resort. But they do have a bridge across what's about a 5-minute walk between both resorts, so you can go backwards and forwards and use both resorts. As you can see, there is some pretty cool photo opportunities at this hotel as well. Yet again, it's the same Art of Animation, but these have some of the classic Disney characters. Quite empty. Clearly this was COVID time, unfortunately. As you can see, there is a laundry facilities for you there, dryers and washing machines. And both hotels, the Art of Animation and, as you can see, Art of Animation in the background and Pop Central, do share the skyline. So a way to get to Hollywood Studios and that instead of taking the coaches. It's a very colourful, vibrant looking hotel outside. Yeah, again, it's one of them hotels, I think when you have a perfectly sunny day, it looks brilliant. It's definitely one for the children, look-wise. Look at them colours though, if you're hungover the day after, they may not be the best colours for your eyes. little splash pad area for the children there. And there's the Skyliner again in full effect. Classic Goofy. My niece had a photo with that when she was younger. Massive Goofy fan. No, you cannot play that foosball, unfortunately. As cool as it would have been to play, it's just there for looks, basically. Obviously, that was a classic game in that era. Massive, massive Mickey Mouse. So if you go back and say you're still doing the people and they're not doing the photos with the characters, if you're staying at one of these hotels, maybe the best way, you can play this Twister. Little kids park. I must admit, when I walked past through this hotel, I never saw this park, so it must be well hidden. Or I'm just an idiot. We'll go for the second one. Pac-Man, classic. As you can see, I'm smiling. I say I've never stayed in a hotel, but I've been through it, and because I was staying at the Art of Animation, I enjoyed it. I actually played table tennis here with my brother. It got very competitive. Sweats, we were both saying each other was cheating. It was hilarious. The old-fashioned laptops. See, as I say, the pools are just very basic. I think almost every era has a pool. I'm not 100% on that, but they have many pools at this hotel, motel, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it motel, really. It's an outside. You don't have it in room corridors for the rooms. And then we get to my favourite parts. That's the shop you can shop in. Very nice. Get your amenities and get a few things in there, milk, drinks, things like that. Plasters, you know, and even stuff you can maybe buy. And that's the food court. I bet in there I had a lovely club sandwich in there actually. And here's your room. As you see, you've got a table and a bed. There's a little secret with this bed and table thing. It's one of them pull down beds. See? So the table disappears and turns into a bed. So it gives you an option to have another bed. But if you want room for the daytime, put the bed up and have a table. And that is the hotel, everybody. Fantastic, don't you think? As I said, we move on now to TripAdvisor on Pop Century Resort. So let's get across to that. Hello everybody again from the other side. Bad singing, sorry about that. So obviously its address is 1050 Century Drive, Lake Buwan, Visitor Orlando, Florida 32 830-8433. If you do need to ever ring the hotel, if you're from the UK, if you put a bit of credit on Skype, you can ring it and it won't hardly cost anything on Skype. Then make sure you got your Wi-Fi on as well. It's 01407-305-2538. Just remember when you're on Skype to change the things at the front to the dialing code for the US of A. Now, as you can clearly see, some few nice photos there. What I would always tell you to go and check out yourselves. Travel safety. Now, this hotel, generally 12,415 reviews, is a 4-star. Very good out of 5. So, let's get into its properties and amenities very quickly. Paid public parking on site. Unfortunately for the UK people, that is us as well. Now, for years, we used to get it free when we used to book our hotels. But the hotel does have free internet, many pools, bar and lounge near the pools, a games room, entertainment staff that will be playing games in the pools usually, children's activities, kids outdoor play. Room features air conditioning, housekeeping, interconnected rooms, so if you have 2 rooms you can have a door between you and actually make it feel a bit more better. All rooms have safes, telephones and irons, refrigerators and a flat screen TV. To check out more, obviously go on to TripAdvisor and check that yourself. Room types are non-smoking and they are family rooms. Now this hotel language spoken is English and Spanish. The hotel class is a 3 out of 5. It's a family resort. So let's get down to the reviews. As we say, we'll start with the absolutely excellent ones first. So this is Norman W. Now he wrote his review on the 21st of March. He looks like from Japan. Very impressive, mate. As you say, the awesome reviews, it's going to be perfect reviews. We just finished going to every Disney park in the world and Pop Century was a great cherry on top. We love the Skyliner It was right outside the lobby. Great Murphy bed for the kids, highly recommended. That's the bed what pulls down from the table, guys. So we do Rebecca M right on the 20th of March. Our family had a wonderful time. My 3 grandchildren, 10, 7 and 5, all girls, daughter and I had a lovely time. We parked at Pop Century. Room wasn't going to be ready until 3 p.m. anyway, so we walked through to the Skyliner. No wait, we actually enjoyed the skylines. It was nice not to have to worry about parking. Time was about 11:45 a.m. We set our alarm for a reminder at 1 p.m. Queues for boarding group Rise of the Resistance, so they went off to Hollywood Studios. We joined the group right at 1 p.m. Our room was clean and decor was cute. There was coffee, so I had a happy Mimi. Yes. There's a little line for Skyline back to the resort, but it was continually moving. Went back to the hotel. Pool was heated, so girls swam for a good hour before closing. Beds were super comfy and pillows were soft. A lot of pillows, which I prefer. These are different times. For now, we've made the best of it, and changes at Disney during COVID. This is too shall pass, and things will eventually go back to some normality. We are annual pass holders, so we keep coming back. We can say we love Disney, so they're totally in love with Disney. Let's move on to the average 2 now. This was from, it's a long one, from P. Salem 1901, wrote on the 17th of March. Wait till things are back to normal. Went to Disney World for a long weekend, didn't attempt any parks. We just wanted to enjoy some sunshine and do out of park activities. We went downtown, played mini golf downtown. That could also, I don't know if they mean downtown as in Orlando or Disney Springs. Visited restaurants at other hotels and spent the afternoon at the pool. Fair enough. Disney has done a fairly good job with all they had to modify for COVID. We expected things to be different. We just weren't prepared for the long lines everywhere. My major complaint is the Skyliner is really fun ride of itself, but when it's down or there's a delay, it really messes everything up. Unfortunately, people, technology, that's going to happen. They are forcing everyone to use the Skyliner with no bus alternative to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. Well, at this point, why would you need the buses and that? They're probably down on staff. The Skyliner doesn't need people on every Skyliner. Kind of makes sense to me, unfortunately. We were late for breakfast with Mickey's at Tampaloon's Terrace, if I've said that wrong, Topolino's. No problem though, they still took our reservation. On our day of departure though, we specifically took a later flight to enjoy a nice breakfast at Trattoria California on the boardwalk. Why are people using these words to make me look an idiot? Thanks guys. Didn't make it because the Skyliner was delayed. Lines backed up. Would have taken way too long and then couldn't risk not being able to get back in time for the Magical Express. And we made sure to leave an hour before our reservation. We had a huge buffer zone. Happy is Disney's open, happy that Florida's open, but definitely wait until 2022 for the next big family trip. No way I would wait for transportation lines and lines again to enter the park with no fast passes. Not worth it yet. Yeah, maybe with a Skyliner, people you really need to know, think ahead, go and have a look, ask questions to the staff, how long these things may take. Give yourself a bit more travel time than any normal you would think. If you're really bothered though, get a lift, get an Uber back to the hotel or to where you need to go to. I know it costs a bit of money, but it'd be a bit of peace of mind, I would think. So the next one is Mrs. Hojo 19. It was on the 4th of March. Too little, too much. The property at Pop Century is beautiful and well maintained. However, we are extremely disappointed with the room size. The rooms are for exactly 4 people. Our family consists of 5 people, 2 adults and 3 kids. My 11-year-old is 5'4". We couldn't figure out how we're going to sleep comfortably without getting onto additional rooms. The additional room idea was shattered with the price tag attached. Housekeeping does not come by every day. That is because of COVID, everyone. They stop by every other day, but still good. The rooms do not have carpet. That is easier to clean. Carpets get damp, dirty in that. You can mop and hoover floors easier. A lot of hotels are starting to do that around the world now. Microwaves were available on request, so I'm guessing there wasn't one in the room, but you can get one. The pools are amazing. Life jackets are available. I would not recommend if family size is more than 4. Yeah, guys, if family's more than 4, I would say if you can't still go, just go a little bit more money. Go and book a room in the Art of Animation Resort and get a family suite. Little Mermaid's the only one that have a family suite, but you can be in Cars, Finding Nemo, and The Lion King. I've done all 3. I must say they're very good. You have a queen bed in one room on its own. You have that pull down bed again, and you have a sofa bed. So, and the space a lot more. Plus, there's 2 bathrooms in it. So, yeah, bigger than 4, or even 4 if you think that's a bit tight. Have a look into Art of Animation Resort, I would say. So, okay, let's move on to the terrible ones, as my mouse doesn't let me do it. Okay, looks like we got a big rant here. So Laura J wrote this on the 16th of March. Pop progressively keeps sliding downhill. I first stayed here the year opened, and then again in 2008. Last weekend was our last visit since 2008. I was pretty disappointed. My online check-in time was set for 3 p.m. I got a text at 3 p.m. saying room still wasn't ready and would get an update no longer than 45 minutes, 3:45. I finally got a text at 4:05 that our room was ready. Really? You're going to get upset about that? Thankfully, we took longer getting there due to traffic. Let's just say the room must have been cleaned hastily. My daughter immediately found an empty Capri Sun container behind her Murphy bed when she opened it. Oh dear, that's sometimes, yet again, less staff under more stress because of COVID. The floors were dirty, that's not an excuse. So this lack of cleanliness really concerns me, considering that many hotels have gone as far as not releasing rooms for 24 hours between guests due to COVID. The pump bottles of shampoo and soap had bent and broken pump tops, but a plastic cleaned wrapper set on top of them. The coffee pod left in the room must have sat there for years because it tasted horrible, or maybe it's just not a taste. The food at the Everything Pop food court was close to cafeteria food. Well, that's what it is in there. Even my 30-year-old commented, I get this is Disney's cheaper result, but couldn't they do better with the more core food? Everything is served in cardboard boxes. Well, that's yet again because of COVID, which makes some items difficult to eat. Scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon and potatoes are all thrown together in a box. Oh, it's not great, but yet again, they're trying to figure out how to get around this COVID. My toasted baguette was hard as a rock, I'm guessing. French fries at dinner were cold, and pasta with meatballs and breadsticks were beyond sad. Didn't like it, did you? My biggest peeve is that since the Skyliner goes to Pop, they aren't running buses to Epcot Hollywood Studios. Seriously, it seems to be upsetting a lot of people. Some of us don't care for the Skyliner, and otherwise they tell you to walk to Animation and catch a bus. But the buses that run aren't great either. We waited 35 plus minutes for a bus back to Pop and Magic Kingdom on our Friday afternoon. Finally, a bus driver walking past us asked how long all of us had been waiting and had parked the bus sitting across from us, put back into service. On Friday morning, what's good of that driver, I must say. On Friday morning, the line to catch a bus to Magic Kingdom an hour before park opening snagged all the way around the resort. They try to tell you can park for free at the parks, but they don't tell you there is no tram service once you decide to do this, and you are stuck out half a mile in the remote parking lot for no assistance. You've got to be walking around the parks, I don't think half a mile's that far. And transportation ticket centre. You can no longer track the arrival of the buses on the app, and the TV at the bus stops are gone or not working. But that is weird. That should still be there, I personally think. Finally, we stayed in a preferred room in a building 4. We were given a second floor room. It sounded like elements above us. We slept with earplugs due to listening to slamming. I've lost myself, guys. Anyway, they're just slamming. This person is going to keep going. You can no longer attract the arrival of buses and something like Stay City, some inconvenience. This is overpriced and overcrowded motel 6. Sorry guys, the ending really was bad. Stay off property, but as you can see, they're not spaced it out very well. Overpriced and overcrowded motel 6. Stay off property and use an Uber and eat wherever you want near the hotel. You dine like a king, save money, and probably stay in a cleaner room and not waste hours of transportation. I agree with that. Go and stay high drive, people. The ending. People, when you put these things on, things like, can you, for me, can you space them out a bit better so I can read them and not lose my spot? You're making me look an idiot. Right, that person's food. That's what the food looks like in the box from John RQ4427CX on the 12th of March. The dumpster of Disney. Customer service means nothing. Food is horrible and expensive. It's served in a cardboard box or foil paper. McDonald's could teach them something about food service. I had to wash my hair with cold water in the bathroom sink because the shower quit working. Maybe ask for a room change or tell them to get someone to fix it. But I even got wet enough to wash. Instead of offering me another room to a shower, they asked me what do I expect them to do. Well, then say to them you want another room. The coffee pot must be from the 90s and the coffee is horrible. Okay, maybe the coffee's just horrible there, people. No customer service, can't be bothered. But let your kids face your mask slip below their nose and they will chase you down and make sure it's up or throw you out. My face mask being up, unfortunately. Yep, I get that, girls there, but as a parent as well, maybe it is your job to keep an eye on the face mask. I know it's hard times, people, and hopefully sooner or later we won't have to worry about face masks, but right now we've got to just, to keep things simpler for us and to keep things open. Plain and simple, this place is a dump. Wait till you get to the inner park. Very little food service and smiles are not permitted even the moment you take a picture. We'll never return. Probably return next year. But yeah, Disney has lost its magic for me. I'm trying to give a bit of slack to the cleaners of the hotels. They're under a little pressure. Food court, no excuse. The box thing's terrible. They've got to think of something better than that. Even if they have slots and to not mix everything together. The food looks terrible. I'm not going to lie, in their pictures. So there you go, everybody. That is the part of the trip reviews. Now we're going to quickly get up onto, as I say, the Google Maps and have a look around. Well, there we are now, guys. We are on Disney Pop Century around this area. As you can see, this is Pop Century, 1 pool, 2 pools. I thought there was more, but there is 3 pools at this hotel. You can see the parking for the different parts of the resort in the 90s. That's the way in. Right in the middle there's Art of Animation Resort. And if you look right here, this is where you would get the Skyliner from as well. But this is also the bridge right in the middle as I try and zoom in for you a little bit more. As you can see, the Skyliner is there. That's the bridge across to Art of Animation. Art's got a pretty cool blue ball pool. I was telling them to use that. And as I say, they've got indoor rooms. What are family suites at the Art of Animation Resort. As you can see though, I did notice there's a nice golf course nearby if anybody's interested. But as I say, the Skyliner will get you to a few different places, but get your buses. Now as I say, unfortunately on Google Maps and Disney Resorts there's not really much around. You are stuck as a Disney customer. What really Disney want, this is why I emphasise to everybody, don't stay at Disney. Go and choose somewhere like International Drive, unless you're just going for a Disney holiday. If you're going to Universal and that, International Drive, choose a nice hotel. As I say, go and watch my reviews of 3 of the hotels on International Drive to give you an idea what you might be interested in, everybody. So there we have it, everybody. That's my video done. My TripAdvisor reading out was some of them were terrible. No excuses. And a quick look at Google Maps. So now we're into the part where we are going to talk what I think of the hotel. Now I have walked around this hotel. I think it's a lovely little motel. It's nice and cheap, as I said, and probably a good choice for you to use. Now personally, I wouldn't stay here myself unless I was on my own or with just a friend. With a family, I will tell you, pay a little bit more, go to Art of Animation and get a family suite. More space, more comfortable, just better for you. But Pop Century, what I can go on the reviews and what I've read, location wise, is quite good with a Skyliner, so that's it there. My friend Simon wanted me to do something, but I haven't got time to do it that way, so what I'm going to do is scores between them and then divide and get it all right, but it takes a bit of time sometimes and I can't be bothered, truthfully. So yeah, the location's quite good. You've got another resort you can go straight across and use their amenities as well. Well, you used to before COVID, so don't take my word for that. Food court, meh, but both the food courts are meh, but that's what you get them food courts. You're better off going Disney Springs or eating something. Or as I say, stay International Drive and have loads of places to choose to eat. Hotel wise, it's a nice hotel. The pools are nice, nothing special, no frills, no spills, nothing special about them. Looks nice, great, a lot of photo opportunities. But if I'm going to give it truthfully for a Disney resort, you know, and I think there's some other resorts what are better, miles better for better prices as well. For example, if you want to go for that sort of price, look at Universal Endless Summer Resorts, Surfside and Dockside in their same sort of resort prices, brand new hotels. I do run a group for them, probably coming up on the screen now, and it will be again be in the show notes to join that group on Facebook. Miles better hotels and a better price, I personally think. So I can only, out of 5 stars, Phil's 5 stars, I can only give this hotel 3 out of 5. Now everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're into all this Disney stuff and what's going on in Orlando, go to my other YouTube account, what's done with Simon. We do loads of different shows like Ghost, Aliens and Beyond, Rant Football, but the main show is called the Epic Florida Project, where we talk Florida news and we give our reaction to things like Halloween Horror Nights and what's going on with new projects and that, and give our honest opinions on it all. Usually comes out fortnightly, usually only 20 minutes long, but it's very informative. And on that YouTube page, if you subscribe, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, we are going to do the new slingshot on International Drive. It's meant to be the world's highest, and do it live if we're allowed to. We will get a video no matter what and share it. Now, I don't like slingshots, people, so subscribe to Epic Shows. Also subscribe here, give this video a thumbs up and press that bell at the top to get notifications when I release new videos. Now I hope you enjoyed this, and in the future I'll see you again soon with more Epic Phill reviews. See you all soon.